Yeah, I have all these scars from the last fight. I'm wounded bad.
Not the last
I,
fight,
I'm
the current fight.
no the current fight.
That,
Yeah, I'm
that was a
showing
matter
you.
of seconds ago.
Yeah, yeah, I'm showing you all the scars, all the blood coming out of me and shit. I'm not doing well. Seriously, Gut Gasher is really not doing well.
Yeah, Gut Gasher took 3 stray rounds to the chest and got knocked on his ass.
Yeah, he's bleeding quite profusely. He's proud he's still standing because I would have killed anybody else.
Well, not standing, but you're alive.
Oh, semantics. He's still in the truck though, so that's good.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
All right. Everyone else is ready though.
Aye.
Hi.
You say it,
Ye-
SV. SV.
Yeah, I already chimed in and said that I'm redoing all that thing, but Andre
Gotcha.
can just, sitting next to me, tell me where to drive.
All right. Where did I put my notes? All right. So, the orcs are at the closest group, about 100 meters from you. At this point, nope, that's 110. Closest point is 110. The closest group is 140. And then there's the bulk of the horde on the other side of those two groups that are mostly just charging at the garrison that is whittling them down. I believe it was the commissar's turn, unless I was on some shit last week.
Sounds good to me.
Welcome, Psyker. All right, Commissar, what would you like to... I am going to need an initiative from... See, who are we missing? Arcan... Got... Is Theta, Gagashka, SV...
And isn't that just a D10 plus agility bonus?
A D10 plus agility normally, but because Mu Theta has the combat formation talent, you can use Mu Theta's intelligence instead of your agility, and then it also gets a +1.
Ooh. And Mu
So
Theta, what's
plus
your
6.
intelligence? +6. I like that.
+5.
Plus,
But the bonus gives it a +1, so.
Right. So total +6.
Okay.
The Orgrin was distracting me with the shiny scars, so.
All right. Gonna add. Theta, Baldric. Hey, Baldric, you're already on this, aren't you?
He even got the same roll.
All right. I am just blind today, I guess. All right. Updated to add Arcan. Commissar, what would you like to do?
Well, so it turns out I've been using that command inspire ability wrong this entire time. Because of a special thing, I get to do that as a half action instead of a full action.
Ooh, very nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to do the command test as a half action, which I spent 300 XP to upgrade, so now I get a plus 20 on it.
Mhm.
Hey, and I succeeded.
Very nice. And that gives a plus 10 to the next test that everybody in range does.
I believe it is. Yeah, it is just straight up like free plus 10 to everybody.
Very nice.
Just double checking that that's the case. Yeah, the next skill or characteristic test.
All
Then,
right.
with my, because I get 2 half actions, right?
Yes.
All right. And I'm in like the front seat of this truck.
You are wherever you want to be in the truck. Yes.
Okay. Well, I still have my standard issue las gun, so I'll just level that out the front of the truck and take aim at that closest group of orcs and shoot them.
Now, just to clarify, are you taking aim or are you shooting?
I
There
am.
is a half action aim,
Oh.
but that
No,
does
I
not
am.
last through rounds. Only a full action aim would.
Right. No, this is a standard attack with the las gun.
Okay.
It has a range
This
of
will
100.
they are just outside of 100 at 110, so it'll be long range for minus 10.
Okay, well, it's plus
Uh,
10 for standard attack, so flat.
mhm. And then commissars don't have a comrade, if I remember right.
Correct. We are alone in our command.
Peerless is sometimes unfortunate.
So
All right.
I believe it's just a straight up BS test. If I
You're not
understand
trying
this
to lie to
correctly.
anyone.
It's a commissar, of course not. What I say is the
Yeah.
truth.
Yes, it is just a flat ballistic skill test.
Yeah, I missed.
You hit exactly where you were aiming to strike the most amount of fear into the pathetic excuse of a Hark in the Orcs. Clearly, the commissar, peerless as he is, would never miss. All right.
I'm getting the range in for Gut Gasha to just lay into them with the autocannon.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that's my turn.
All right. SV.
Just driving the truck, circling around. And basically keeping ourselves like, so I'm going to move up a little bit and then keep ourselves at the just under 100-meter distance, so everybody's range is good. And then just drive a
just
big circle around them.
Just gonna strafe them at what, like 90 meters?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, it's simple enough to eyeball.
Mhm.
Roughly a blood ball field, and you're using are you using just a half action or a full action to do that?
Full action, maximum vehicle speed. Harder to hit a
Alright.
big target if it's moving fast.
Indeed. Full action. Yep. The next turn is Gut Gasha.
Good Gasha.
There's a bunch of Xenos down there, Gut Gasha.
Good Gasha. Pick himself up and start shooting. Autocannon, full spread.
I'm sure Gutgasha hasn't been counting his bullets, but have you been tracking how much autocannon ammo you're using?
No. I fire till
Okay.
it clicks and then I drop it and pick up my sword.
Alright, Gutgasha can do that, but Mr. CMP should keep track of ammo.
Oh yeah,
'Cause
I didn't know you were keeping track of ammunition. I really didn't know.
understandable,
a-
given that our first day zero on D&D is buy a bajillion fucking arrows and never worry about them again, or just never
It
use
has
arrows.
20 rounds in the clip, is what it has. So how many
That-
rounds do I fire? How many rounds? How many do I fire in a round?
Assuming you're going maximum rate of fire, 3 every round.
Okay, that means we've had how many
This
rounds of combat?
is the 4th, I think.
Then I've used 12 rounds.
Okay.
I have 6 left.
Then
No, I have
There-
4 rounds. That's 12. I have 8 left.
and
have
there was
one-
also no, you used your hammer for the bunker. All right.
Yes.
All right, but yeah, just keep track of that. I'm not concerned about the total ammo unless you're using special shots, but the reload times do tend to matter.
It takes 2 full rounds to reload, I think. If that's what
Yeah.
RLD says, it takes 2 fulls. So it takes a
Yes,
minute.
it's a hot second. That is why typically heavy gunners are the ones using heavy weapons.
What is your character carrying?
A heavy stubber.
Okay.
Seth
Basically-
basically has an M2 Browning. You basically have a Bushmaster off of Bradley.
Oh, okay. Oh, damn. All right, I'm firing into the crowd. Oh, yeah. What? Yes. If it ain't a crowd, then I'm firing at whoever's there.
There is so there's 3 pretty big groups, and then there's 2 groups that are mostly stragglers at this point because they have been gunned down a lot.
Let's hit the straggler group.
All right.
What are the straggler groups?
There is 2 in the second closest group and 1 single guy, because I've missed a little bit in my pre-game notes. There's a dude who's sticking out like a sore thumb, like 40 meters ahead of his buddies.
Okay, well, that single one I'll worry about later. But I'm gonna kill those 2 that are approaching.
All right.
So what is the D100? And it's my ballistic score.
Yes.
Got
It's
any
your ballistic
bonuses?
score. What is the range on your autocannon?
The range 300.
All right. Because it's within half of that range, it is within short range. So you get a +10. You
Okay.
get a flat modifier from your rate of fire if you're going with burst.
Uh-huh.
And you have a comrade that isn't your battle buddy, Arcan.
My battle buddy is what's his name? The heavy gunner. He's my
We also have plus 10
Wait,
from my
yeah.
inspiration.
Yeah,
my
And you
little-
have a grunt with you. You have a little one.
yeah.
That's
yeah,
your
my
own.
Most
yeah.
most guardsmen have basically a recruit to handle a lot of menial tasks. Part of that is like suppressing fire. You can give the volley fire command to give you a +5 to hit. And that is half of your comrade's action, and there's not a whole lot else they can do. So that's +10 flat. Are you using your other half action day?
Always.
Alright, so +25 +35 to your roll. And that's including Commissar Mosub's bonus.
So 35 is my bonus. Okay.
Yes, you're rolling a D100 aiming for below or equal to your ballistic skill plus 35.
I miss.
Oh boy. All right. Shots go wide, but it is loud.
It's probably because of the the gaping chest wound I have.
Yeah.
That no
Yeah,
one is
you-
still taken care of. Good gosh, is still fighting, but
Do you see a
It's-
medic in our
getting real
squad?
low.
It's
sun's
been like
getting real
half.
low for him.
It's been like half a second since you got shot.
Oh, okay. I got shot and got right back up. Okay, they ain't noticed I'm bleeding out. Okay, cool.
All right, I'm done.
All right. Gut gashes. But these guys are running. The truck is going to fire at you guys. And more of these smoke shells go whizzing over and around your truck. They are making big craters. It doesn't look like they're only filled with smoke, but if they hit you, you're going to be blind until you move. Assuming the truck can still move at that point. DM5. This is the group of two that are shooting. No, this is three of them. Only two of them died. Where is my brain today? These guys are shooting at the truck. They both miss. DM4, this dude is running at the truck. DM1.
He's not going to
Running.
catch up. Actively driving the truck in circles around them.
Be right back real quick.
Yeah, but they're orcs. They're not smart. They just want to fight. These guys are running. These guys are dumping rounds at the garrison. And they all miss. Arcan and Muthea 17. Who goes first doesn't matter that much to me mechanically, so you two get to decide.
Sorry, I just got back from getting my brother just got home with dinner. What's up?
You and Arcan have the same initiative. Mechanically, who goes first doesn't matter to me, so you two get to decide.
Is there anything I can do to make Arcan's firing downrange more effective? Such as appeasing the machine spirit of his no doubt heavy caliber stubber.
He's got a 50 cal.
The utility Mechadendris. And the, whatchamacallit.
I'm back.
What do the utility mechadendroids do?
The utility, I think like they can like you lock on to like a vehicle or something. So, like,
No, he puffs smoke and everybody hates it, but it makes guns better.
oh, I forget.
What the fuck did I call it? It was the wrong name.
The sacred nuggets.
Yeah, the Sacred Nuggets.
That prevents jamming. Which, what is the craftsmanship of your heavy stubber, Arcan?
Mine is a best quality.
Alright, best quality ranged weapons already don't jam.
Oh.
Alright, if you really want to just be assisting, I'll let you do a half action to contribute a half aim to his gun.
He braces on Mutheta's head.
I'm more helping with like leading the target. Because you have to reverse lead in a fast-ish moving truck. Now that I think about it, having this be 1 second, like second and a half rounds would make more sense than the 3 second rounds, but it doesn't particularly matter that much. Yeah, if you want to use a half action to make a half aim for Arcan, I'll allow that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I would like to do that.
All right. What would you like to do with the other half action?
I'm keeping the truck within range of most small arms. You shoot.
Is shooting a half action?
Yes.
I
Just-
fired a green skin.
All right. Las gun? Question mark.
Hmm.
Range is 100 meters. Single or burst fire.
Burst.
Burst fire it is. All right. So you're in standard range. So that doesn't have a modifier. Burst fire does not have its own modifier. You've used your half action to aim for Arcan, so you don't get a modifier from that. You don't have a comrade, do you?
No.
All right. So you are rolling flat ballistic skill. You do have a +10 from Commissar's
Holy
inspiration.
shit!
All right. What
That
is
That is my ballistic skill is 35. I rolled below.
All right. So you have 2 degrees of success, which does not mean much for burst fire, but you do get a hit. If you get 3 degrees of success, you would have gotten a second hit, and then 5 would be your full rate of fire of 3 hits. Oh, I had previously assumed that everyone would have read it, but ooh, nice. I previously have assumed that everyone read it, but I'm going to double check. Does anybody know what the lasgun variable settings are? Okay. Normally your lasgun does 1d10 plus 3. You can overcharge it for an extra 1 damage per hit, but it eats twice the ammo. Or you can overload it for 4 ammo per shot, but it does 2 extra damage and has pen 2.
Oh, I'm doing that shit.
That also does give it the unreliable trait, I think, but that just makes it possible to jam.
Yeah, I'm doing that shit.
All right, so 4 times your ammo is 12. Yes, that'll take 12 ammo for a 3-round burst, but that does 1d10 plus 5 for 12 damage, pen 2, which...
Hopefully
and
blows the orc's brains out.
Was this the lone orc or one of the 3 schmucks in the back? Or
Wait,
2
what do you mean?
schmucks?
What do you mean 2 schmucks in the back?
There's 2 schmucks in the back shooting at the truck, and then there's 1 orc who's trying to chase down the truck.
I'm gonna shoot the dude chasing down the truck. That way Arcan can shoot the other 2.
Good man.
All right. Numbers.
What do they mean, Mason?
Target hit location 43. Where is the character sheet that I have for reference?
God, I hope that's his kneecaps.
Torso.
Torso. All right. What was that? 12 and 2. That does kill this guy as his chest cavity sort of caves in and he falls over, and that guy was the last of his group, so we can take out, I think that was DM4. All right. So that is your 2 half actions.
I've disappeared from the initiative.
Oh, god damn it. Grab the wrong one. And I forgot to cross them out again. All right, but that is your 2 half actions, Gilbert.
E.
Arcan.
All right,
What
so
would you like to do?
I would like to brace my heavy stubber on the truck, and then I
All
would
right.
like to full auto burst it at the 2 schmucks shooting at the truck.
Wonderful.
So it's -10 for
if-
the burst, +10 because of under the commissar's a bonus.
It's -10 because you're full auto bursting.
Yes.
+10 from Under's command. If I remember right, you should have the stabilize heavy gunner talent.
Talent. No.
Is it the sheet I sent you? Because Warren, I gave it to you.
No, because I don't think I had quite enough strength for stabilized.
It's not a talent with a prerequisite. The only prerequisite is that you are a heavy gunner.
Oh, well, it was not. Yeah, I have weapon training, iron jaw, rapid reaction, bombardier, double team, scavengers, iconoclasts.
Check the note by experience because I know I kept that up to date. It should be the one on the right. I don't know if I remember to fill it in properly. Because that one, I could have sworn I gave it to you because it's really useful. It turns your -10 from full auto to a +10 because your gunner is stabilizing and helping you aim.
Yeah, it is in there. Stabilized loader, dodge, mighty shot.
All right. You can use your order to give. Well, you can have your comrade use their action to do that order, which will turn it out into a +30. Range of the heavy star would put it in normal range. And then +40 because Mu Theta is helping with the half action aim.
Nice. So just +40?
Yes.
All right. Two degrees of success.
All right. Actually, I think that would be 3. So you're looking for an 83 or below, right?
Yeah.
Meaning it is 1 degree of success every 10 plus beyond that is an extra degree of success. You're firing in full auto, so you get 3 hits.
Nice. All right, and then it is pen 3 since I'm using the generic ammo.
All right. And are you focusing one guy down, or are you splitting these up at all?
I'm focusing one guy down.
All right. 5 pen 3, 8 pen 3, 10 pen 3. But that guy does go down, and there is a lot of orcs bits spread over his 2 buddies.
Excellent.
All right. That's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
Garrison is going to fire. Their plasma gunner is cooling down. That's going to be ba, ba, ba. They score a couple more kills on one of the groups farthest from you. All right, back to the top. Valdrick.
All right. What are the targets available within 100 meters?
There are 2 orcs at 90 meters, and then the next targets are at about 120.
All right. I would like one of them to spontaneously combust. And is there a half action like aim but for Psychers?
Not that I know of.
Yeah, I figured. So I do be gotta be pushing for this range. But the Psi Focus, was it a +10 or was it a +15?
I believe a +10. I'll double check. For now, assume +10, and I'll stick a 5 on later if it isn't.
All right, +10 for that, +10 for under, and then I think spontaneous combustion is a +10.
The Psyker Power Spontaneous Combustion. Where is Psyker Power? Psychic Powers in Only War. Psychic Powers, Pyromancy. Spontaneous Combustion is a ordinary +10 half action. Yes.
All right, so 51 plus 30. So can someone roll a D100 versus 81?
I don't think a Psi Focus even being 15 will save 95.
Oh
Really?
no!
Use a fate point.
I get.
Any-
Are those per session?
Yes. You start each
Okay,
session
okay.
with your maximum fate points. Unless there's some kind of super curse going on.
All right, because I think I got 2, so yeah, we'll use 1 and it re-rolls.
Yes.
Wonderful. Let's do that.
The simplest use for it is basically like 5e's luck, where you just pick something you don't like that you did and re-roll it. A couple extra things.
Because yeah, 95 is a crit fail. So I don't like crit fails.
96 and up is a crit fail.
Ah, I see.
All right, spontaneous combustion. I don't think degrees of success change Psyker powers, but that is,
Power.
yeah. That is some pretty mean psyching. What's your psi rating with push? It's 5?
Yes.
All right, so that'd be 1d10 plus 2 plus 10. Pen 0 with the flame quality. That's 1d10 plus 12 damage.
Nice. I hope they burn.
Commissar, would you be so kind to determine how horrifically this orc dies? 1d10 plus 12. Ah, that is pretty horrific. Yeah, this orc blows up in flames. His last remaining buddy is fucking loving it, though.
Well, I duck back in cover.
You still have a half action. You can shoot him. It'll be funny.
All right, I'll try to shoot him. Maybe I'll get another 6.
All right. You are at standard range. Are you doing a single shot or a burst fire?
Is there a difference? Well,
Single
I mean,
shot
yeah,
gives
but
you single shot gives you a +10 to hit, but burst fire on every 20 past your target gives you an extra hit up to your rate of fire.
well, I need to. Yeah, 20 past is not happening. So I'll just do a single shot.
All right. Regular, overload, overcharge. Just eats
Just
up more ammo to do
regular.
more damage. All right, one regular shot.
Yep.
Uh,
Because I got to beat 35 with that +10.
yes, and are you having your comrade take the volley fire order?
Sure. That's
All
40.
right. That's +5 by itself, so it's going to be +15 plus your ballistic skill.
25 plus 15 is 40.
Okay. Yep. 1d100 at or below 40. Good luck.
Yeah, thanks. Should be good on my next turn.
That does hit.
Wow, I did not
Right.
expect that.
For a d10 plus 3. Although you didn't roll another 6, you rolled a 4 this time. You lied to me.
So I crit.
Crits happen on the damage die, not the hit die.
So I got to roll a 10.
Yes. Or on the power knife that has 2d5, you need to roll either one of them as a 5. Alright, 6 damage. This guy does not look particularly bothered by that, but it's not nothing.
I stare stunned that I managed to hit him.
Alright. After Baldric is Commissar. Back to your turn.
The closest enemy is still like 90 meters away.
Thereabouts.
Okay.
Effectively, yes.
All right. Well, I'll first attempt to inspire the squad to keep performing well. And I guess it falls a little flat. So I'm just gonna shoot that guy. Single fire.
There's a lot of machine guns and lasers and cannons going off. Everyone's got a little bit of tinnitus. You're just getting a little drowned out.
Mm-hmm. And then I miss my shot.
But we have
The
Dead Space
enemy-
earpieces. Nice and quiet for us.
You just see
Alright,
the
you're getting-
commissar yelling, and it's just utterly silent.
You're getting filtered out, not tinnitus out.
That's it for me.
All right. Commissar did Commissar things. SV0102.
All right. So now that we're at a like maintainable range, we're no longer racing to get close enough so everybody's not shooting at disadvantage. Can I start using a half action to drive and just basically I'm encircling the orcs?
Yes, your truck is fast enough that you can, as a half action, just slowly circle around them. Their truck is the only thing that might be a problem, but right now it's still at about 400 meters.
Yeah. That's a gut gasher and Archon problem.
Yeah.
I love Ron Swanson. So in that case, then I Oh, start leaning out the window as we drive around and start shooting.
All right, wonderful. What gun are you using?
Just autogun.
Hmm.
Common quality.
So, unless you have something to negate it, firing a rifle with one hand would be at a -20 penalty.
Can I steer
Given
with
that,
my knife?
I was gonna say, given that you have augmetics and knees, you can just hold the steering wheel either with your knee or with one of your augmetics.
Yeah, my melee mechadendrite just have the knife stab through the steering wheel, steering with it like the suicide knob.
Yeah. Yeah, you can make your shot.
All right.
The autogun does differ from the last gun in the sense that it has a fully automatic rate of fire of 10, so you'll burn through a 30-year magazine, but it can hurt if you get good scores.
Well, let's go gambling. Just flat ballistics, no modifiers.
You're at standard range, so no modifiers from that. What rate of fire are you going with?
We'll go full auto.
All right, that is a -10.
Excellent. 25% chance of hitting.
That sounds like gambling odds to me.
I do believe the shot went wide.
That's not 1 in 4 chance. That's 1 in like 4.5. You lied to me again.
Well, you see, the problem is you didn't make the shot bad enough. You have to reduce it down to like a 1 in a million shot, because those always work.
Never tell me the odds. All right, that's it for me. Shoot and drive.
All right. After SV was Gut Gasha.
Gut Gasha, start shooting.
Ooh, SV. One thing to keep in mind: it would put you in the orcs' short range, presumably, but if you can get to 30 meters, that would put the orcs in Gut Gasha's point blank range, which is a +30 instead of +10 for short range.
Well, I already have a plus.
He's fine. I don't need to give the orcs any help.
Yeah, I can shoot from there. I already got a +35, right?
I believe +25. The commissar's inspirational speech doesn't have quite the purchase this round.
I think it's the full auto heavy stubber.
Very possibly.
We heard like every third word because Arcane just started shooting.
Yeah, between standing next to a 50 cal and a 25 millimeter autocannon, it's hard to hear a person yelling, even if they're really good at yelling. All right, that is a miss.
Well, he just declared 100. He didn't actually roll.
I didn't roll it.
Oh, what was that roll then?
100 over 60.
Oh.
100 over 60.
Oh, I see.
Which
I
will
need
always
more
fail.
caffeine up here.
I always gonna miss that way.
Yeah, forgetting to die helps you less in this game than it does in D&D. That's my sign that I need more caffeine.
That poor dice bot. It's like, well, yes, 100 is greater than or equal to 60.
No, it was like, no, that's nice math. I like that.
I hit.
Wonderful. Go ahead and roll me a damage. I believe yours is 3d10 plus
8.
3d10 plus 8 pen 6. It is one mean son of a bitch.
I'm so glad I suggested getting this gun. That's a lot of damage.
33 points. 33.
That is a lot of damage.
Ah, beat you to
I
it.
beat you for once.
No, I beat you. Mine's on top.
Oh,
Mine has
we said it
SP
at
on
the
top.
exact same moment because mine's on top for me.
Okay, fine.
Wait, which one is which? Oh, yep, no. Somebody now Sense is on top because Ruffles pulled his down. Ruffles was on top.
It's all good.
All right. Yeah, that orc explodes. Shit, what is a 94? Yeah, you hit this guy like in his left knee, and
Yeah, that-
everything below his rib cage is gone.
Chunky Verde salsa.
Chunky,
Yeah.
funky salsa.
No, that's the weird boys.
Mm,
It's salsa verde with mushrooms.
yes.
I don't know about the mush, but there's shrooms. All right. But Gut Gasha has Chunky Salsa, the last of that group. DM3. These guys are gonna shoot the shit out of the truck because they just saw all their buddies get wiped out. And they think there's a party going on in that direction. And they're not wrong. So the truck is going to take that is numbers, what I have these at. Oh, I missed an R. Uh-huh. And that is going to affect the truck, and I have to look up what fuck is it called? Righteous Fury? I don't remember. It's something. I think that's Wrath and Glory. But the truck takes a critical hit to the, what was that? 61 to the something, probably the hull. All right, that is the orcs. I'll figure all that out. The truck with 2 Ks. They're gonna shoot at you guys again. 28. That is going to be a hit. And I need to see what 3 does because the truck just took that twice. And there's a big poof of smoke that is coming from the shell that has just firmly planted itself in your engine block. DM5 is dead, DM4 is dead, DM1 is running, DM2 is running, Arcan and Mu Theta.
I think I'll half action help, half action shoot a regular burst fire.
All right, you are in the middle of a field of smoke, so because everything is obscured, I'm going to double check. I think it's at a -20. It might be -15.
Well, I'm probably missing then.
Okay.
Definitely missing.
Back to smoke on page 253. Ballistic skill tests me to attack targets concealed by fog, mist, shadow, or smoke or hide at -20. Everything is concealed right now. Uh-huh. All right. Arcan.
Same thing as before, except -10 because unders couldn't be hurt.
And a -20 because you're in the middle of a giant fuck off cloud of smoke.
Oh, all right. So is that an additional -20 or at -20?
An additional -20.
Ah.
Bonuses and penalties stack.
Well, yeah, but I just didn't know if that was like you're saying I'm at -20 or that's a -30. So
Minus 30 total.
yeah, gotcha. So actually, I think that because I was at +40 last time, so I'm at +10.
Sounds right.
Yeah.
Let's see,
All right.
plus 10 for stabilization, normal range, comrade. You're being aimed. Yeah, plus 10 sounds right.
Hey.
Hey, that's 5 hits.
Hell yeah. Man, it's a shame I didn't get all the others. Otherwise, that'd be the whole belt hit. That would have been nice.
That would have been mean. All right, let's see. Injury, that's what I'm looking for. Actually,
Critical success or critical damage.
very nice. Weapon, motive systems, turret, hull. All right. Oh, I see. So, this one's on me. But this one affects the crew and passengers who are not strapped in, which would be everyone in the bed of the truck.
So everybody except for me and Moss.
Yes. So can everyone except for SV and the Commissar give me a toughness +10 test? To not be stunned for 1d5 rounds. And then shooting is at a -10, but a little bit late for some of those.
Hey.
Not that your last shot would have really made much of a difference. All right, all right. Bu- 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 All right. Yeah, that one wouldn't have made a difference, so nobody is stunned for 1d5 rounds, but every shot would be at a -10 normally for the next round. But -10 wouldn't have had much of an effect. And are these shots all focus fire on one dude, or are you spreading them out? All right. One dude is having a very unpleasant day as he is ripped to shreds. A little bit.
Oh yeah, just a little bit.
But as the truck is careening almost out of control, you are all able to hold each other and yourselves down onto the bed of the truck. All right, and the garrison, they have their plasma gun up again. That is a couple shots. A few more orcs go down. It looks like they have picked apart the front group on the far end. So now there's about 7 orcs. Yeah, 7 orcs in the truck left. Who is at the top? Valdric. Mr. Syker, what would you like to do?
All right. Who's within 100 meters?
There's a group of 3 that's about 90 meters away, and a group of 4 that's right around 100. That'd be just inside 100, actually.
Are these still just regular old mooks, or do they have like big guns?
There is a lot of variety between orc weapons. They are all effectively the same gun, mechanically.
All right. Then I guess I'll just set one of them on fire.
Very nice. Mm-hmm.
I guess I will shoot at one of them.
You are at a minus 20 for being concealed by smoke. As realistically, you wouldn't really have a count of the Yorks, but
I had like 40 last time. So I would have to beat a 10.
you're at a minus 20, not a minus 30.
But I
Yeah.
also don't have the plus 10.
Right. Yeah. It's not likely, but it's possible. Would you like to take your shot? That is not below a 10, unfortunately.
Nope.
All right.
Also, psychics shenanigans.
Oh, right. Did we do that last round? I don't think
Probably,
we
I
did
don't
we?
think so.
'56 and 77 for psychic phenomena. Do 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 do. 56 warp ghosts. Ghostly apparitions fill the air within 3d 10 meters around the psyker, flying about and howling in pain for a few brief moments. Everyone in the radius except for the psyker himself must test against a fear rating of 1. How much of that did you catch before you skedaddled voice chat?
3d 10 meters.
Ghostly apparitions fill the air within 3d 10 meters around the psyker, flying about and howling in pain for a few brief moments. Everyone in the radius except for the psyker himself must test against a fear rating of 1. Or 77. Perils of the Warp. Those get fun.
I'm pretty sure 77 is a lot worse than 56.
I don't know. Fear can be pretty mean.
Imagine if I roll a 100 and just get annihilation.
I mean, you could also roll in the 90s.
And get possessed.
You wouldn't be dead. Pick your poison.
Ghosts.
All right, everybody must test against a fear of 1 within 3d10
Except
meters.
for me.
Oh wow.
It's only 4 meters.
Yeah, but I don't think a truck is going to be. Oh, how long is a utility truck.
They just pop out along the sides and we whiz away from them.
I mean, some of the biggest ones are 17 feet, but that's including the engine block. They're basically in a SUV with a pickup bed. All right. And where is Fear? 'Cause that is a whole ass thing. Why am I not finding it? Index. I have technology. F. Fear, page 304. Fear and damnation, anti-corruption points. Fear test difficulties. This is a willpower without any modifiers, so just flat willpower. And then, Commissar, I believe you had something for fear tests in particular. Is that just for you, or is that for the entire squad near you? All right. Yeah, if everybody could give me a willpower test with any modifiers you have against fear.
Willpower.
Willpower.
I do not trust my success so far. The hell?
I don't think I have any anti-ghost things.
Ghosts are pretty spooky.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything for ghosts. No. I don't think I have any fears of them either. But I don't like them.
Yeah, but these aren't just ghosts. These are spooky warp ghosts. As we all know, the warp is dark and evil. It's scary.
It's dark and good.
Okay. If character fails a fear test, he makes immediately rolls on table 9-5 shock, adding +10 to the result for each degree of failure. 9-5. Okay. So for every 10 above your target that you rolled, add a 10 to a D100. I believe Mu Theta and SV are the only two who succeeded on their fear test. Oh, no, only
sorry,
Mu
guys.
Theta.
Oh, fear. Up. Sorry. What's willpower?
Willpower.
Yeah.
Okay. So looks like 88. Uh-huh. 88. Panic grips the character. He must flee the source of his fear if able. As I'll just put this whole table up here. Some of these can get kind of mean.
And it's just steps of 10. So I'd have 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, it says the ghost only lasts a few moments, so there's nothing left to flee from.
Oh, I got one of the good ones.
Ooh.
That's a really big number.
That one had some sauce on it.
Screams and vomits uncontrollably.
What's your ballistic skill rating for vomit?
32, so decently projectile.
All right.
That's kind of meh.
All right. And Gutgasha got. Oh. Oh no, Gutgasha. You got a plus 50 to your D100.
Okay.
May the fates guide your dice as you always tend to fucking roll low.
What am I trying to? What am I trying to?
D100 plus 50. It's just for a roll table.
Oh no.
That is not good.
He cried it out. It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, the bad
Roll
part's gonna be the
D5.
last part of that first line. Tearing at his own flesh and may do nothing else.
Yeah, well, Mr. Gonna need to roll a D5.
Yeah, Mr. and was it SV?
Yep, 1d5 rounds.
Yeah.
I want to point out that whoever done this to Gutgasha will
Now,
probably get.
Who do you think did
You
it?
can spend a fate point to re-roll it if your whatchamacallit is bad enough that you think it's worth it.
I mean,
fear
it's a
effect.
92. Yes, I'm gonna re-roll it.
It's hard to get worse. Yeah.
It's the orcs' fault. They did something to the warp.
No, it ain't the orc's fault. I mean, that's
118.
better, but not much.
I can
You
tell with
still
my
need a 1d5.
spells
Well,
I have.
instead of crying it out, you just faint.
That's good. that okay. That's fine. That just faint. I'm already bleeding out, so you would think I'm dead.
I said faint, not feign.
For 2 rounds, I am. The big fucking thing faints. That's crazy.
All right. So that's all sorted out? Question mark. Fear 1. So the willpower test at the beginning was with a flat modifier. Goes up to fear 4 with a minus 30, and those are spooky. But that's also the kind of fear test where beating it usually ends up with a virus bomb in a demon prince's face. All right. So that's a thing. Things have
Mhm.
happened. Valdrick, I believe you have a half action still.
Do it again. I don't think you can do a
Unfortunately,
psychic thing twice on halves.
yeah, unfortunately, you can take each type of half action once, and channeling a psychic power is a type of action. You do have a gun, though.
And the source of our fear is Valdrick.
The
Some
source of the
ghost
fear is the
element.
psychic phenomena, so anything that requires a source of your fear will be, like, dissipated by the end of Valdrick's turn.
So it's gone.
Did you use your second half action already?
Yes.
All right, then
I
yeah, if
missed
you're...
miserably with the shot.
I must have missed that then. Then yes.
Because that was before I rolled the psychic phenomena.
The psyker does psyker shit, then shoots, and there's a whole shit ton of spooky ghosts, clearly caused by the orcs doing weird boy shit. And then they're gone. Yeah, any effects that require lingering source of fear basically end. Some of them have extra effects that go beyond the lingering source of fear. I can use my words today. Some need a source of fear present. Some have extra effects when the source of fear is present, and then more persisting after it's gone. All right. After Valdrick, I need to find my initiative list again. For Valdrick, it's the Commissar. What'd you like to do, Commissar?
Well, I believe we get to snap out of it then, since the thing disappeared.
88. Snapping out of it. Page 305.
Yeah, you make a willpower test on your next turn. If successful, you come to your senses, shrugging off the effects and may act normally. If you fail, the effect continues.
Yep. It doesn't mention that it takes a half or full action, so I'll say it's just part of things that happen, then you have your full turn after.
Okay. And do I get the +10 from fear resistance to this for snapping out of it, or no?
It is related to fear, so yes.
Fear, not. Let's see. And then I must flee the source of my fear if able. But I can't because the source of fear is gone. So I can only take half action, and it is a -20 penalty to all tests. Well, despite being utterly terrified, I will use my first half action to attempt to inspire everybody, to give them a +10 bonus to their next, skill or characteristic test, such as willpower to snap out of it.
All you have to do is descend upon them with a myriad of eyes and say, "Be not afraid."
Funny you should mention that. Yeah, the Commodore looks frozen stiff, and yet he's going, "Be not afraid."
Just
It's
talking
fine.
to
It's
himself
fine.
really loudly. He's inspiring everyone else.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then I still have that other half action. How close are we to? How How close am I to the orcs?
Closest orcs are at 90 meters. I'm assuming SV is just keeping it so that there's targets available at 90, whether you go through a group or not.
Yeah, that's the intent of my driving. Is to keep available targets in range unless the entire party kills them all before I can get more in range.
And the groups of orcs are orcs. They tend to make tactical blobs. So it's easy to keep enemies between 90 and 100 meters. Yeah, you got 7 targets between 90 and 100 meters.
Right. Well, then in that case, I will just shoot one with a las gun.
As one does.
I missed.
All right. It's the commissar's turn. SB.
So, important question. Did you have
Yeah.
us circling around the left or around the right?
I had you around the left because that is the side that the front gate of the base was on.
So we drove off the left of the pack of orcs and began circling with them on the right side of the vehicle.
Yes.
Okay, cool. I dropped my auto gun in the cab of the vehicle. Otherwise, I would have dropped it out the fucking window. And then I spend my one single half action maintaining our vehicle and vomiting out the window. I'm also screaming. Thank God for those earbuds.
All right. Hmm. Yep. All right. There is not much you can do to snap out of that one.
I lose my auto gun. That's all I care.
That's your turn then?
Yep.
Got Gasha.
I'm unconscious. For
Uh-huh.
2 rounds, I'm unconscious. Remember, I passed out.
Uh-huh. So you did. All right. DM3.
He just fell forward on his face.
DM3 is dead. The truck. Yeah, the orc truck is going to shoot at your truck, and one of the shells ricochets off of your hood. It doesn't do any damage, but puts a mean gash across the engine block. Where did my initiative? Let's go. DM5 is dead. DM4 is dead. DM1 is going to shoot ineffectively. DM2 is going to shoot. DM2 is going to make they're orcs. They can't make call shot. They don't have single fire. They're going to shoot the shit out of the truck. Oh, wait. I missed. All right. Ineffectively. Arcan, Mu Theta. Mu Theta, I believe you were unaffected by the warp ghosts.
Correct.
What would you like to do?
Shoot them.
Good
Wait,
choice.
let me aim.
I can do that with my other half action.
Okay, cool. Just making sure.
That is below 35.
That is. Go ahead and roll damage.
And with the overcharging, that's what, a +4 pen too?
Overload is +2 damage, +2 pen.
Okay. So 10 damage with a pen of 2?
It would be 1d10 +3 +2 because the last gun has a +3 normally.
Okay.
So that'd be 13 pen 2. Which if I remember right. Yeah, so you're not the most combat inclined, but apparently in his screaming and vomiting, he hits a pebble as just the right size. Your center mass shot goes straight through the skull of an orc, and his head is gone.
Hey.
Alright, so that's one half action, then you still got another half.
Another half to help.
Alright, Arcan.
All right, so I'm at -10 because I'm going to do basically. Actually, no, wait. Since I don't have the brace now, I can. I need to go see the actions. How many? Is there still groups that are firing at the truck?
At the. What was the last one?
Orcs firing at the truck.
Yes, you've got the attention of about half the orcs.
Ah, okay. No, so.
There's 3 orcs in the close group, 3 orcs in the close group, 4 orcs in the far group. They're shooting at the garrison, 7 total, and their truck.
Right. All right. So I'm going to do 2 full auto bursts. 1 burst at 2 orcs. No, 1 burst per orc that's shooting at us. There, English.
All right.
And then.
Wait, to 2 burst?
Yeah, because it's a half action.
I believe. If I remember right, you can only, regardless of the source of it, you can only do 1 of each type of half action.
Oh, yeah, I think you might be right there.
Where is combat structure time? Here we go.
A character could take 2 different half actions on his turn instead of taking 1 full action. God damn it.
Yeah.
That's annoying. All right. And if I aim along with Muse aim, does that stack or is that basically just wasting time?
I'll allow it.
No, all right. So I'll aim then.
Yeah, because there is a full action aim, and you're
Yeah.
basically splitting it between 2 people.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. All right. All right. So Under got his action out. Are we out of the smoke?
Yes.
Excellent. So I'm actually at plus 50. Wait, no. Plus 40 when that, an additional plus 10, but minus 10 because I'm feared because of the warp. So plus 40.
Math checks out.
Mirth. Ow.
That's still 2 hits.
Yeah, well, I was hoping for the whole belt.
You can fate point it.
Nah, fuck, I'll fate point it.
There's also only like 3 valid targets right now.
Well, yeah, but I want them to die.
All right.
There we go. That's better.
That is 5.
5. Oh yeah.
Uh-huh. And you're focusing one dude, spreading it out a bit.
No, I'll do it down the middle.
So 1, 2, 3 on one dude, 4, 5 on the second.
Correct, sir.
All right. Go ahead and roll that. Righteous Fury D5. A 4 for injury, impact to the body. Blow batters a target, shattering a rib, suffers 1d10 toughness damage. Must take it. Well, he's gonna be knocked prone anyways. He fucking died. Surprise, surprise. Yeah, so you just lay into these 2 poor schmucks, and they both go down in horrific fashion as one guy's innards become outards.
Excellent.
All right. Then that was your turn, question mark.
Indeed it was.
All right. Initiative order is Garrison. All right. Looks like they clean up the last of the far group, and there is 2 orcs left. And that would make it Valdrick's turn.
Right.
Just gonna-
There's 2 orcs left at what range?
95 meters.
All right. Well, I set one on fire.
Uh-huh. Do you now?
I do.
Huh. How much damage does it do?
It does 1d10 plus 2 plus 10.
Uh-huh. That orc is still standing. And he's on fire. And he looks like he has mixed feelings about it.
Well, he's on fire, so his feelings will soon not matter.
Very likely. You still got a gun.
I guess I attempt to finish him off.
Go ahead and roll it.
All right. Single shot was +10, +5 for aim.
+5 for your comrade volley firing
Yeah.
with you.
Comrade aim. Still miss.
All right. And that's your turn?
No. Spooky.
Ooh, Psyker doing Psyker shit. Where are Perils of the Warp? Perils of the Warp. 75 is the very lowest you can roll for, or not Perils, but Psychic Phenomena. 75 is the start of Phenomena going into Perils of the Warp. 60, Banshee Howl. A shrill keening rings out across the immediate area, shattering glass and forcing every mortal creature able to hear it, including the Psyker, to pass a challenging toughness test or be deafened for 1d10 rounds.
All right. It's very
Take
loud.
it, please.
It's very loud.
All right. If everyone can give me a toughness test.
Any bonuses?
Challenging +0 toughness test, unless you have bonuses against resisting the effects of the warp or being deafened.
Question:
Answer.
would the Dead Space earpieces counteract this?
These are not mundane noises. This
Okay.
is
Figured I'd ask.
yeah, this is a small tear in reality, not gunfire.
Not gun go bang. This is
Yeah, warp-
reality go bang.
Yeah, reality is going funky.
All right. Commissar and Gutgasser, could I get a toughness test from you two?
These dang orcs. And
Clearly,
their
it's their fault.
psychic phenomena attacks.
Clearly their fault. It's entirely coincidental that all these problems are centered exclusively around you. Under, mister?
What?
Can I get a toughness test from both of you?
I'm unconscious. Do you need one from me?
You're being deafened by psychic phenomena. Good point, Gutgasha. You're unconscious. You wouldn't be able to hear it.
Damn.
All right.
Commissar's really passive.
As he tends to do. So Valdric and Muth Theta. You two are deafened for, what was it? 1d10 rounds.
Repeat, please.
You are deafened for 1d10 rounds.
Okay.
All right. So, and you also missed your shot for your other half action, Commissar. Very nice.
All right. These orcs are pissing me off.
Well, good news. There's only 2 of them and a truck left.
Yeah. Well, first I'm gonna try to inspire. I'm gonna try to command inspire everybody.
I feel I
Hurrah.
should mention part of the glass scattering as from the Banshee Howl is the front windshield of this truck.
You mean I hadn't shot it out by shooting the las rifle at people?
The one that was covered with the hood from the beginning of the combat that I haven't been using.
Yeah, that one.
I've just been
Okay.
Ace Venturing this shit.
All right, so you are shooting those orcs.
Yeah, that truck is annoying me. I have that under barrel grenade launcher.
But I do believe that a 21 will give you. Is this single fire, burst fire?
The 21 was my willpower test to not be afraid anymore.
I thought that was your 20 above that.
Oh, no, sorry. Yeah, 20 above that, that was willpower. 21 was inspiring everybody, so plus 10 to the next test.
Ah, I see. All right.
I haven't called my second half action yet because I was about to say, I have that under barrel grenade launcher.
And you might cut out. I might have just assumed because I heard the orcs are pissing you off, and I think you might cut out back then.
Okay. I'm using my under barrel grenade launcher to shoot the fucking truck with a crack grenade.
All right. The truck is still about 200 meters away, so you'll be at extreme range, but you can make the shot.
Okay, so that's what, ballistics at minus 10?
Extreme range is minus 30 for beyond triple the listed range.
Never mind. That would literally mean I'd have to roll a 1.
You have to roll a 5 or below.
Yeah, not wasting a grenade. Is there an orc? Is there an orc on the ground with like 100 away?
2 of them, actually.
All right, I'll just shoot one of them.
Are you shooting the one that's on fire or the one that's not on fire?
The one that's on fire. It's still alive, right?
Yes.
Hey, I hit him.
Very nice.
Oh, a single shot. I didn't call it, but it was just single shot.
All right.
So I believe it just does D10 plus 3. With no pen.
Unless you're overloading or overcharging. Those
No.
eat more ammo to do more damage. All right, 7 damage. And that guy goes down. Let's see.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's it for me.
53 would put a hole through his chest. All right. That is the commissar's turn. SV.
Yeah, I'm still screaming,
Mm-hmm.
still vomiting,
Mm-hmm.
still driving.
Mm-hmm.
So of the orcs that are chasing us, they're pretty much dealt with, right?
There is an orc on foot and then their truck.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn and head straight towards their truck.
All right.
I whip a shitty and go head on. We're playing chicken, boys.
Chicago.
Don't worry, your autocannon will be back up soon, TM. So that's your turn.
Yeah, I can only take a single half action until we're out of combat.
All right. Gutgasha, how long were you unconscious for?
2 rounds.
All right.
This is my second.
This is your second. So you are unconscious again, and you'll be waking up at the end of your turn, we'll call it. If I remember this right. There is Remains unconscious for 2 rounds. Once he regains conscious, still shaken. All right. So yeah, unconscious for the round. At the end of your turn, you are awake once more. On the ground. Yeah.
Yes.
He's an Okran. He can't tell them apart. All right. DM3 dead truck. Their truck is going to. Do they make? No one's really shot at them yet. They're just gonna shoot your truck again. 78 will miss, believe it or not. Orcs are not known for their marksmanship. DM5 is dead. DM4, DM1. This guy is going to try and shoot at the driver's side. He's shooting blind effectively, so it's going to be at a penalty. And his gun blows up in his hands. One of his bullets must have been loaded backwards.
Ah, yes.
Classic mistake.
I mean, they're orcs. There's a like 9 in 10 chance that their bullets are fed by Hopper and they just dump bullets into it.
Exactly. Every once in a while, they just HK a bullet.
Mm-hmm.
All right. DM2 is dead. Arcan, Mu Theta. You two get to go again. Mr. Gilbert.
Hmm. Yes.
Time to
Your
kill
turn.
orcs.
Aim and shoot, aim and shoot. Repeat the process again and again until they're all dead.
All right. There's one orc on foot and the orc truck at like 200.
No success on shooting.
Unfortunate.
Help aim.
All right. Help aim. Arcan.
All right, so aim full auto burst.
Damn it,
Great
Esty.
6-hour advertisement right there.
And I do believe at plus 40 still now.
You have gotten out of the smoke. You don't have a fear effect, as far as I remember.
No, I still have a fear effect. It's still the end of the turn, end of the encounter.
Ah.
But I aim, so that
But-
counterbalances that. Under got his thing off.
Right, that was it.
Muse helped me aim, so we're still at plus 40.
All right.
Ooh, there we go. There we go. And I'm hitting the truck. The truck is going bye-bye.
All right. So the truck, it's not just a schmuck. It's going to try and jink to avoid all your gunfire.
Mm-hmm.
And it jinks. But its target is pretty low. It got 2 degrees of success on its dodge. You got, what was that?
6.
7.
Yes.
6.
Yeah, it's
So you got 6. So you get 4 attack. You get 4 hits off still. It dodged 2 of them.
And that is pen 3.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right. Looks like it has done more than cosmetic damage, but not by much.
Yeah, still a real point counts. Works for me, and that's the end of my turn.
All right. Garrison. Gonna keep it simple. These guys are gonna gun down that last orc, and wow, their aim is really mediocre. And the plasma gunner is going to overcharge into the orc truck. And at his range, that missed. All right. Valdrick. The orc truck is outside of your 100-meter range. It is at 160 right now. Valdric.
Did our psyker blow his own head up this time?
He might have.
Right. Sorry, I was deaf, so I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, that's your character, not your player, you goofball. All right. The
Well-
orc truck is at 160 meters, is the last target, unless you want to fight the garrison.
I'm probably already on thin ice with heresy, so no thanks. But I got this neat grenade launcher. What can that do?
So the orc truck is currently at extreme range. So you'd be shooting at a minus 30 from your grenade launcher, or long range for your las gun from minus 10. But to shoot any crew, you would have to make a called shot. You can also hold an action. The orc truck has been barreling at you, and you've been driving at them, so probably would be around 90 meters at some point in your next round, which would put it just at the grenade launcher's long range.
So we'll get to 90 meters before my next turn.
What did I have the orc truck at? 160. Nope, I did math wrong. It would be right at 100. So no, it will not get within 90.
Well,
But
100 is perfectly fine because I can set the driver on fire.
I'm sure nothing will go wrong. All right, but you can ready an action. Well, delay an action in this, I think. And then you can take that action whenever you want. You don't need to specify a action or a target to set it off.
All right, I will delay my action. Please let me know when they reach 100 meters.
All right. So we have a delay from Valdric. Commissar, what would you like to do?
I think I'll be inspiring some more.
Your mic cut out again, but I heard inspiring. Discord really does not like your operating system, does it?
It's more, it doesn't like when my cursor goes over the VM, and the VM just eats the control character I'm using for speaking.
That would do it too.
Yep, and I refuse to change. Anyway, so it
Understandable.
looks like I succeeded. Everyone gets inspired again.
Everyone is inspired, yep. And your mic cut out.
Everyone is inspired, and then I'm taking a shot at the truck. It's 100 meters away, you said, yes?
It will be 100 meters at some point in this round. You can delay as a half action, then take a half action like shooting a gun later.
No, I'm going to shoot now.
All right. Right now it is at 160.
So that's minus 10?
Minus 10 for las guns, yes.
Yeah. That's missed.
Unfortunate. All right. SV.
Still screaming, still puking, still driving the truck.
Classy as always. Gut Gasha. You're awake again.
What happened? What happened? I stand up and grab my gun. Where's the enemies? I start shooting.
All the little schmucks are dead, but there is a orc truck that has a autocannon on the roof.
I
You can
return
shoot them.
fire.
Wonderful. They are in your regular range. So no, they're in short range because that's if you drove closer. So you get +10 from short range, +0 from burst fire. You would have needed your half action to get up. So you couldn't also aim. Commissar is inspiring for another +10. Comrade half action aim. You're at +25, if I did my math right. Yes.
Okay.
Ballistic skill +25.
Ah,
Wonderful.
that's
That's a
that
hit.
I'm angry.
That's a hit. Very nice.
Oh my goodness.
Mhm.
Oh
So-
my goodness.
Righteous Fury only goes off once per hit, but that is a mean hit. Go ahead and roll me a d5, and I will figure out where that is on a vehicle. Uh-huh.
The cab kills everybody in the truck.
All right. All right. So, yeah, you hit this truck right across its engine block. The truck flips over, and 5 orcs spill out, get crushed by the truck as it rolls over them. And then because it's orc shit, it just keeps rolling. And it does end up back on its wheels, but you're pretty sure they're deflated from all the shit that just went through. And the 5 orcs that fell out are splattered. All right. That's your turn for half action to get up, half action to shoot. All right. Dead. The truck. Truck is. Well, they lost their main gun, but the truck is still driving at you, and some guy is going to pop up and start shooting his gun at you and miss horribly. So there's just one git sticking out on the top, spraying and praying. Well, spraying and screaming mostly. And Voldrick, I think you were waiting for the truck to be within 100 meters. It does cross the
Yep.
100-meter threshold.
Yeah, I ignite them.
Wonderful.
Whoever's driving, I want them to crash.
All right. Go ahead and roll it.
Boo.
Uh-huh. And I believe you have another 2 funny dice.
What is corruption?
Oh, corruption is fun.
Yeah, it's like mutations and shit.
It's like
Yeah.
fun, except like, oh god.
So corruption is the lingering and long-term effects that the warp has on people. At 10 corruption, you might start seeing minor mutations, hair growing in places it shouldn't, eyes getting weird, changing color. Eventually, it might manifest into weirder things like extra arms, extra eyes, you know, bones growing out of your forearms that are comparable to spears, that sort of thing. By, and not at, but by 100 corruption, the guardsman is put down for the safety of their unit.
Right. And if I gain a fear rating of 1, does that mean I'm afraid or I'm making my allies afraid?
That means you're making everything around you afraid.
We are deeply concerned by you.
Well, I guess static electricity fills the air, causing hair to stand on end, and unprotected electronics to short out. I hope all your electronics are protected.
They will be
This-
once we kill you.
Are they?
Theta, would you like to remind me what's in your bag?
Are
Theta,
they
would you like to
protected?
remind me what is inside of your bag?
Would it be better to take the demonic mask?
There is no good option here, my guy.
Well, either I become a demon or Gilbert becomes a demon.
You die, heretic!
So we have
Right.
very important unprotected electronics.
Yes!
They're not that important.
They are
It
to me.
Well-
contains sacred data!
Well, the commissar says that they're not that important.
It's just cogboy shit.
But is it actually like important stuff?
Oh,
No, it's
I don't
it's like
think so.
he basically like pulled like the Apple II out of that bunker, and he's been lugging it around this whole time.
Yeah, mostly it's me just Mechanicus RPing how valuable all sacred data is.
And the Commodores
All of
are
it.
being like, it's not that important.
I really do need a soundboard of just tech priest noises.
You have a fun choice to make. Do you want to piss off the Mechanicus or the Commissar? Because you're not having any situation where they're both happy.
Well, the commissar is, I'm pretty sure, higher up in the hierarchy.
So they are both outside of the chain of the command of the Imperial Guard. Technically.
The commissar oversees the morale of the troops, and by morale, it includes executing people.
Yeah,
I oversee all of your equipment.
But we can always get a new tech priest. I can just execute. I'm the only one who's allowed to shoot you if you go evil.
Wait, is a psi focus electronic?
No.
Okay. Then my stuff is fine.
It sounds like a choice has been made.
Yeah. I am wreathed in eldritch lightning.
All right.
My sacred data!
22
Damn
meters.
you, psyker!
It's the orc. It's the orc. Nobody can prove otherwise. Wait, I'm Wreath and Lightning. Shoot. I pretend to be electrocuted. The orc is electrocuting me.
Pretend to be a tree. They don't shoot inanimate objects.
Quickly, finish off the orc.
All right. So a choice has been made. Power has been channeled. And have you also shot?
I held my action.
Right. All right. That's what it was. So that is the orc truck's turn. DM5, 4, 1, and 2 are dead. Mu Theta. Before you ask, strangling Valdric is a grapple.
How strong does he look?
He's a psyker. They're all squishy nerds.
Well, I don't think my threat analysis is going to come back very good on killing that psyker right now. I have a feeling Commissar Tenebrous might take umbrage with that.
Revenge is for closers. Kill the goddamn orcs more than he is, and maybe I'll let you do it.
Ooh.
Motivated.
Yeah, we're just gonna shunt all the feelings of psyker murdering to some back part of the hard drive. Firing lasgun rounds at the orcs.
I have missed a lot, so that's a terrifyingly low bar.
Well, you keep like fucking us over almost as much as the orcs.
I'm pretty sure I've done more damage to us than the orcs, yeah.
So
No,
it
the
should
orcs have-
surprise you I set the threshold for being allowed revenge pretty low.
The orcs have done more damage. You've done more of everything else.
Fear, incapacitation, just status effects after status effects.
Lasgun fails to kill an orc. I continue to help the heavy gun.
You're blinded by your rage.
The
Alright.
machine spirits in the immediate vicinity cry out in pain.
Arcan, I believe that brings us to your turn.
Excellent. You did help despite the thoughts of psyker murder. Game.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah, I just shunted all the psyker murdering to some other part of the cybernetic brain.
Nah.
We'll just lock that shit down.
For the moment. All right. So I'm gonna aim and shoot. Basically the same bonuses. Has anything else changed?
What is the range of your heavy stubber?
100 meters.
They're in standard range right now.
So nothing has changed. Excellent.
They were at long range before.
Ah. Hey.
Hey.
22.
This is the part where the truck jinks where it should have jinked.
A shame for them. Hey.
Hey, yeah. Go ahead and roll that. 4 to 96 on a truck, and I lost my page. I just found where truck criticals were too. All right. Damage. Where is vehicle hit locations? Reverse a what was it? 96 is the turret. It doesn't have a turret, so we'll use machine gun. 4. All right. Yeah, your shots ricochet off of the engine block, do some damage to it, and that first one goes through the hood of the truck and breaks the machine gun of the orc that was standing out over the roof with it.
Ah.
All right. And is that your turn?
That is my turn.
Wonderful. Garrison, these guys are going to get some mostly ineffective hits off. It's not nothing. This truck does look like it is on its last leg, even more so than it was by nature of being an orc truck. Valdrick, what would you like to do?
What's their range?
100 meters.
Well, I guess I'm still doing psychers stuff. Set them on fire.
Mm-hmm. What could possibly go wrong?
Yay, they're on fire.
All right. All right, that's some pretty good damage.
The driver bursts into flame.
And he can't exactly make an agility test because he's in a flammable environment.
Ooh, flammable environment, nice.
He can try, but it's not likely to. Yeah, it's not working for him. Yeah, the driver is on fire. That looks like it hurt. And now you get more funny dice.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Do I get to roll this twice?
No, perils of the warp are different. Mhm. 40 on perils of the warp. Psychic mirror.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah,
The Psyker's power is turned back on him. Resolve the power's effects, but the power targets the Psyker instead.
He's not on fire. I'm on fire.
Your hubris has caught up with you.
Do you even have 16 wounds?
Serves you right, Psyker.
I don't know. This is the first time I've been injured. How do I deal with wounds?
So, you are going to be taking 16 damage. You need an agility test to see if you stay on fire. I believe you don't have any modifiers that would change how on fire you would be. So sidebar 284. On fire.
And this
Right, that was for vehicle, wasn't
ignore armor.
it? Your psyker power does not. I believe being on fire does.
Hmm.
266. Fire. Let's make a challenging agility test. Catch on fire. Once a character is on fire, he suffers 1d10 damage ignoring armor and takes 1 level of fatigue each round until the fire is extinguished. And if you have any amount of fatigue, everything you do is at a -10.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Can I use
All
a half
right.
action to not be on fire? Can I use a half action to tell my compatriot to put me out?
Your comrade can try to help, but the ability to put out a fire is mostly on you. A character who is on fire may try to extinguish the flames by dropping prone and making a hard -20 agility test as a full action. On top of that, while on fire, a character must make a challenging willpower test at the beginning of your turns to be able to take actions normally. Otherwise, you may only run around and scream, which counts as a full action.
Wow.
GM can make this test easier or harder depending on environmental conditions, whether the blazing character is able to receive any help from allies. All right. So, it looks like you're on fire. And then from the 16 damage you took, you reduce that by your armor because it doesn't have any penetration on the initial damage, and your toughness bonus, which is the 10th digit of your toughness characteristic.
Well, I got 9.
9 wounds go through.
No, 9
Or,
armor.
Uh,
So 7 wounds.
okay.
Ooh, ouchie.
I don't think that brings you to 0 wounds yet. Does it?
What's my? I forgot about my second fate point. No.
Ooh. Well, it is a little bit late for that.
Yeah. I don't have a total filled in.
All right. Roll 1d5 for your wounds, and as a psyker, you will be adding 8. Just don't roll 1. All right, you have 1 wound left. And once you get
What?
2
I
or
took 7
below,
wounds. I had 9 armor.
right, I got that backwards. You got 3 wounds left. You're big chilling. Once you get at or below 0 wounds, you're not dead. You're only dying, but you can still act. And there is a whole lot of stuff that goes along with that, including every hit being a critical hit. All right.
That orc set me on fire. Kill him, kill him.
Yeah, you are still 100 meters away, but you can hear that orc laughing hysterically.
I don't think I can. Not until the end of the turn. Or whenever the deafness goes away.
He's
That
going
was
to
for
be
like
laughing
2
for the
rounds.
rest of his life. This is, I believe, the second round of your deafness.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, then at the end of your turn. All right. Then was that it for your turn?
Well, I got half action left. I guess I shoot him.
All right. Are you shooting the orc or the truck? 'Cause to shoot a crew member or visible passenger, you need to make a called shot against a vehicle,
And
or you can
that's
just shoot the truck
what?
itself. That's at a -20.
Well,
And
I'm shooting the driver.
all right, it's at a -20
I
instead of
shot
the
the
+10
driver.
from single fire. So it's instead of your rate of fire, if you're going with a +10 from single fire, you replace that with a -20 for a called shot for rate of fire.
Yeah, it was gonna be 40, but it was 20.
All right. Go ahead and roll damage on the driver.
And I rolled an 11. And I dealt minimum damage.
Uh-huh. And as your hearing returns at the end of your turn, you hear loud cackling, and it sounds horrible because it's coming from a Xenos. Even worse, an orc. All right. So, Valdrick's not having a good time right now. Commissar, I believe that brings us to you.
Yes. Well, I've inspire.
Your mic cut out again. I assume this is the command.
You assume correctly. Though I'm not as inspiring when our own psyker is setting himself on fire, and our tech priest is probably joining in with the mad cackling about it.
I don't think there's much probably. I'm pretty sure he is.
What's the range to this orc truck?
You can't prove that.
Sorry, what's the range to the orc truck?
Has SV gone? SV is not gone yet. It is at 100 meters.
All right, I light it up with the flashlight.
So if you want, because you know you will be within 90 meters after SV goes, you can just hold an action, or well, delay a half action to shoot your grenade launcher later.
Nah.
All right.
And I missed.
Unfortunate. That brings us to SV then.
Well, I'm all out of lunch. My lungs hurt from the screaming. But I do neither this turn and just drive the truck.
All right.
Get me closer. I want to hit them with my sword.
SV pulls out a sword and hands it over.
I've got a chain sword.
How about power sword?
I prefer the chain sword.
I've got a rock.
I got a stick.
Like
and
I have
I'm
a
on
chain sword.
fire.
I literally have a lightsaber.
My rock used to be a cogitator.
And now it's just a chunk of metal and silicon.
All right. So are you still charging the orc truck?
Yep, head-on collision.
Beautiful. If nothing else, this orc admires you. Gut gasher. Mister.
Oh yeah, sorry. Is it Gutgash's turn? I'm shooting again. Oh wait. Oh yeah, I'm shooting again.
Wonderful.
5, 6, 24. Nope, I am not shooting again with that gun because I am out of ammunition in that gun.
That is unfortunate.
How far are them?
60 meters.
Okay, well then I'll just switch guns. I'll drop that gun, and I'll pull out my. Oh no, that won't reach that far. I fall down. I lay down in the back of the truck and start reloading my gun.
All right.
So they can't shoot me.
Dad, the
Who has
truck.
our 302? Or not 302, what's the 6-round one? We have 2 of those floating around.
I have one of them.
I have a Ripper gun and an auto cannon and then 2 blades, but that's my Ripper
Sent,
gun.
do you have the other grenade launcher?
No.
I think we gave it to the Psyker. You know, for something for him to use if he isn't going to be using psychic
Well,
powers.
You have one in the cab. There's one floating around in the back of the truck.
All right. Speaking of trucks, the York truck is going to drive closer. This would put them at 20 meters. And the York with the broken slugger is going to jump off at speed at your truck. And let's see how good their aim is. Uh-huh. So, inside the truck, you don't see anything, but you do hear a wah thump as a very suspiciously orc-shaped dent appears in your hood that is flipped up in front of your mirror. Not mirror, broken windshield. Commissar, if I remember right, you're leaning out the window.
Yeah,
Or shooting through
we
the
both are.
But...
I say, yeah, I was leaning out the window. Could I not swerve to avoid him landing on us?
You know, you could. I forgot you mentioned you were both leaning out the windows. My brain is working.
Yeah, we were full on Ace Venturing that shit.
Well,
go ahead.
We're shooting out of this truck like it's fucking PUBG. We're just leaning out the window the whole time.
Yep.
Yeah, go ahead and make me a operate.
Surface.
What? Yeah, that's what it is.
All
operate
right.
surface to avoid the orc launcher.
Where is the Psyker effect table? No, that's combat. Do I have any malicious from the shock? No, I don't have any malicious. Okay. Ba-da-ba-da-bum. All right. So this is operate surface agility. I am trained, so +10. Is there any other modifiers going on?
No.
Okay. 27 versus 59.
All right. Yeah, this orc, with absolute disregard for its own personal safety, because it's a disgusting Xenos, is jumping at your truck from his abomination of a truck. And you know how to drive a truck well enough to just kind of... You fishtail in a very controlled manner as far as fishtailing goes, and he just kind of bounces and ricochets off of your flipped up hood. There's still an orc face dent, but there's not a whole body dent, and that orc is buried dead in the dirt behind your truck.
Excellent.
All right, that is the truck's turn. Musada.
Pew pew.
Pew pew. You are at 20 meters now.
Does that give me a bonus?
What's the range of your gun?
100.
Not yet. Still at +10 for short range. Point blank to get +30 is 10% of your listed range.
Okay.
Brought that up from 2 meters because that is at that point next to useless.
Hit.
Wonderful. Go ahead and roll damage. That is cosmetic, but still damage.
All I got.
All right. Still helping Arcane aim.
Yep.
Arcane. That brings us to you.
Shooty the machine gun.
Pew pew the pew.
Oh yeah. Wait, no. That's one hit. For some reason, I
That
saw the
is
one, and I'm like, yeah, that's like 8 degrees of success.
reading that a little bit backwards. I like the
Just a little bit.
enthusiasm though.
Ah, I got the spirit, lad.
All right. And don't mind this. All right. Numbers. All right. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
The Garrison's going to volley fire. They get a couple hits in, and it looks like the Orc's truck is starting to fill the cabin with smoke. Valdrick.
I scream, stop, drop, and roll, and order the guardsman to help me.
Oh. First, at the start of your turn, give me a D10.
Yeah.
It will be reduced by your toughness bonus, but not your armor.
Yay, -1.
All right. And then it was 268. I think it's a willpower test. Where is the on fire condition? Willpower at the beginning of your turn in order to take actions normally. You do get 1 level of fatigue, so everything will be at a -10 penalty, including this willpower test.
Well,
Aha. So, beginning of each turn, able to take action normally. Otherwise, you may only run around and scream, which counts as a full action. What is your run speed? Based off your agility bonus?
3.
So you have an agility bonus of 3, so you got a half action movement of 3, and a full action movement of 6, which would make your run 18. What 18 meters would you like to run in? Because there's not a lot of running room on this truck. You know, dirt's not very flammable. That's a good way to put out fires, right? Especially
What?
especially if there's so much dust getting kicked up.
What's not very flammable?
Dirt.
I run directly at the orc.
Uh-huh.
I will set him on fire with my body.
All right. That's funny. I'll allow it. Give me a athletics or acrobatics test. Uh-huh. That's
Do I
not,
fall flat on my face?
you don't just fall flat on your face. So you jump from the bed of your truck over the top, off of the hood, fall flat short of the orc truck between two trucks that are playing chicken with each other, and you're still on fire.
Just where I wanted to be. This is all
You know-
part of my plan.
You know, Commissar, that psyker's putting in some damn effort to make himself useful. Not getting him
He
very
is.
far, but the effort's there.
Yeah, it's one of those cases where, you know, the spirit is willing, but the body is fleshy and on fire.
And slightly well done.
All right.
He's not done yet. His duty ends when he dies.
Oh no, I said like almost well done, as in like there's bits of him that you could probably eat.
If he takes some horse with him, then I'll consider it well done. Otherwise, he's just a cooked turkey.
Yeah, fair enough.
Still got to process it and turn it into corpse starch. That way it's not cannibalism, because cannibalism's bad.
Damn right it is.
But Commissar, it is your turn.
So we're still 60 meters from the truck?
20.
Still too far to hit it with my sword.
It won't be
But
for long.
I got this grenade launcher. And
What do you do?
and it's loaded with a crack grenade.
Oh, it
Got
is.
a grenade and he knows how to use it.
So yeah, I'm just gonna shoot the front of the truck with the crack grenade.
So are you trained with launcher weapons?
No. Apparently, I'm just bolt, chain, and las. I thought our thing with the
Aren't we a grenadier regiment?
Yeah, I thought we were a grenadier regiment. We all had that training from that.
Good point. I'll allow it. You trained specifically with grenade launchers, not other launcher weapons, because that does include mortars and rocket launchers.
Okay. So
All right, so you are trained with grenade launchers, which means you don't take the -20 penalty to the shot, which means you've got a pretty good chance of hitting it at 20 meters, which I believe range of a grenade launcher is 60 meters, so it's not quite point blank, but it is close range.
right. So what's my total bonus then?
Short range is +10. It's only single fire, so that's another +10. You can half action aim. You don't have a comrade.
I'm not
so
half
if
action aiming. I am not half action aiming.
No half action aim would put it at +20 from range and rate of fire.
Okay. I might have missed slightly.
You've suppressed them though. Except that you haven't, because suppression is a very different mechanic.
Isn't there
You
like
can
a
tell people you
scatter
did.
thing with grenades?
I believe there is. Where are grenades? Ooh. Crack grenades. I need to look into scatter because it's not listed as a property on any of those. Where is the scatter roll?
254, 255.
254 and 255.
That's the rules. 255 is the diagram.
Scatter. Flinging a thrown weapon. Or weapons with the blast quality. Crack grenades don't have the blast quality, but I'll allow you to scatter the grenade if you want.
Yeah, sure. It went somewhere. Unless the psyker ate it.
Just don't roll a 6 through 0.
So
Oh, you
it's
want?
what, a D10?
Yeah.
Yes.
9.
Hey, that's a 6 through 0.
Mm-hmm.
And then D5 to see how far short it was.
Indeed.
2 meters short.
Hey, you know how the Psyker had a run speed of 18 at 20-meter range?
Uh-huh.
Psyker, how do you feel about being target practice for crack grenades?
Hey, that's a similar sound the tech priest made.
Alright, luckily for you, you do have a reaction. So you can try and dodge the crack grenade
Alright.
and probably get run over by the truck.
I flail on the ground, trying to dodge everything.
Alright. Go ahead and roll a dodge test. Because you have fatigue, it is at a -10. Huh. You're supposed to roll on the other end of the die, extreme.
Dang it, so close.
Thomas, our good news. You hit something.
Aha.
Tech priest, good news. Guess what he hit?
Psyker, good news. You're no longer on fire.
Wait, really?
Let's see. Crack grenade. Okay.
2d10 plus 4 explosive. Pen 6.
Ouchie.
And concussive 0 on its special.
Concussive is fun.
So, target must make a toughness test, penalty of 0. If it fails, you're stunned for 1 round.
Oh.
Per degree of failure. Well,
You're not-
Oh, hey, I passed that.
yeah, assuming you survived the 13 wounds at Pen 6.
Oh. The crack grenade has pen 6, which is higher than your armor, so this is only your toughness that's reducing it.
Yup. Ow.
Are
I
you
took 10 wounds.
at or below 0 wounds?
I got 17 out of 10. So
you're
negative
at
7.
All right. Let's see. What did we roll on the 2 hit? 52. Flip that for 25. Under, would you go ahead and give me a D? I think it's 10. For below 0 health. Where is critical hits? Critical combat, injury probably. Critical damage. Whenever a character's total damage exceeds his wounds, he begins to take critical damage. Each time a character suffers critical damage, also suffers one or more critical effects. Based on the affected body location, 25 would be left arm. Damage type, critical damage is cumulative. A whole bunch of stuff. Critically damaged character suffers more damage. The amount is added to his existing critical damage. A new set of critical effects are applied based on his total critical damage, assuming he is still alive. All right. Yeah, so go ahead and
I'm about to be
Philip-
murdered by 100% friendly fire. Orcs have done. I have not taken any damage from any enemies.
And the commissar just executes you with a fucking crack grenade.
All right. So Under, go ahead and give me a D10, and I'll see what explosive effects to the arm do. 6. The explosive attack shatters the bone and mangles the flesh, turning the target's arm into a red ruin, inflicting 1d5 levels of fatigue, if you would be so kind as to roll that. The target's arm is broken, and until repaired, the target counts as having only one arm. In addition, the horrendous nature of the wound means that he now suffers from blood loss.
So 5 more levels of fatigue, I guess.
Man is having a day. And I need to find where blood loss goes. Blood loss, conveniently right after. Blood loss is a critical effect that can result from critical damage. Characters suffering from blood loss have a 10% chance of dying each round unless treated in some way. If the suffering character is conscious, he may attempt a difficult Medicaid test each round to staunch the bleeding. If the character is also simultaneously engaged in strenuous activities, strenuous activity makes it very hard. If the character is not conscious or gets freaked out by the sight of his own blood, another character may attempt the test. All right, so until you get medical treatment somewhere, you have a 10% chance of dying every round. Good luck.
He's also on fire, isn't he?
He is. That happens at the start of his turns.
Okay, so that was my first half action.
So I guess I should start rolling up a new character, huh?
Make another psyker. It's funny.
Psyker number 2.
Yep. I then attempt to inspire everybody.
Look, the psyker is dead. Huzzah!
Except the
The
psyker.
psyker is dead. Long live the psyker.
I believe this was very inspiring of me just like not only did the psyker fuck up and the commissar had to execute him, he did it with a fucking crack grenade.
Given everything that's going on and the fact that you rolled a nat 1, I'll make this a plus 30 for the round, because that is funny. Okay. I believe that means it's your turn.
So I only have a half action because of the shock. But I dodged the orc. So I wasn't head on. Can I just maintain movement and direction with the vehicle? It's not like it just stops moving suddenly, right?
Well, you want to like drift your fishtail and just circle around at 20 meters?
No. I would like to put my driver door right next to his driver door while I hold my sword out.
It's gonna be the weirdest fucking two-way pit maneuver, but I'll allow it.
Well, I'm not
go
trying to
ahead.
pit him. I'm trying to turn it into a convertible. Power sword.
Huh. Go ahead and you know what? Fuck it. Sure. Give me operate surface to see how well this goes.
All right. Mm. All right. D100 greater than equal my agility plus my operate surface plus my inspiring leader.
Hmm.
Beat it by 4. That's all I needed.
All
No
right.
degrees of success, but I beat it. Who fucking cares?
Go ahead and roll your power sword damage.
That is 10-5.
Uh-huh. All right. Very nice. That's your half action that you get.
Yep, I only get the one.
Oh, gotcha.
So everybody who wanted to be at point blank range, guess what?
Surprise.
Oh, gotcha. It is your turn, mister.
Good job. Where's the guys at?
You can take 2 steps onto the hood of your truck, and he will be within arm's reach.
I hit him with my sword.
All right, go ahead and roll it. Oh God, it's gotten late.
What bonuses do I get?
All of them.
You get a plus 30 because the psyker set himself on fire, jumped off the front of the car, and then got shot in the back by your obviously inspirational commissar, who absolutely meant to do that.
Okay. Any more?
And I'll count the vehicle moving as a charge, so that's a plus 20.
Okay.
I think it might be a plus 10. I'll call it plus 20. So you're at plus 50.
Okay.
Uh-huh. I think that hits. And is this the eviscerator?
Yeah.
Are you hitting the orc or the truck? Because you can honestly probably kill either.
If I kill the truck, will it kill everybody in the truck?
The only person
Everybody
still
count?
alive in the truck is the driver and his passenger. There is a chance that the truck will explode.
Yeah.
So
I'll
yes,
I'll just kill one of them. I don't care. I don't want to blow the truck up.
you might kill both of them,
Yeah, I don't want
and
to.
it would be cool.
Yeah, I don't want to
Oh.
do that. I'll just kill whichever one I'm trying to kill.
All right, driver, passenger.
Driver.
The driver is like about to be clotheslined by your driver's power sword. The
Okay,
driver's
you need the damage for the eviscerator, or
yes. Uh-huh.
11 points. It has a pen of 9.
Uh-huh. And because it has, I believe, razor sharp, that doubles its pen to 18
Yeah.
with was it 3 degrees of success? 2?
Got
Either way, 5s. Tearing means you roll an extra d10 and you drop the lowest one for your damage.
We got 20 because we got rid of the.
You forgot the D.
Oh shit!
And then you're also going to need a d5 for the Righteous Fury. And then what is your strength bonus and unnatural strength?
+2 for unnatural strength.
And your normal bonus?
My strength bonus is 52.
All right. So the bonus is +5. Where
Rush
did?
somebody.
Damage. Here it is. And it was a 55 to hit, which is a body, rending effects to the body with a 3. The attack rips a large patch of skin from the target's torso. I think the torso is a large patch of skin in this case. Target is stunned for 1 round. I think he's going to be stunned for a little bit more or suffer from blood loss. And I think that's going to be the least of his issues. This guy is ripped in half. Yeah, there's not much of his legs left. His arms are the most intact piece of him. All right. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's good.
Wonderful. He's dead. This orc's buddy. As the truck starts careening out of control because the driver is dead and is just arms now. What was the directions on scatter for a 1? Is that front left?
Yes.
Ah, wonderful. Hey, you know how I mentioned weirdest fucking pit maneuver ever?
Hmm.
You're on the front left. This truck is going to scatter into your back wheel well because the driver has been removed from contention.
Hmm.
Go ahead and make an operate surface test at, we'll just call it an even.
All right. And under your thing is just the first roll. Okay. So just a 59. Ooh, a 2.
Yeah, this truck is heavier and technically faster because the orcs do paint a lot of their trucks red. But you just saw some pretty damn impressive commissar shit, and that was inspiring as hell. You are able to whip another city, and you are able to remain control of the vehicle and keep your driver's side door planted firmly against theirs instead of spinning out of control or flipping. Both would be bad. But the passenger is going to open his door and run across the hood of his truck, and he's going to try and stab you, Effie. He's got a big fucking chopper.
Try if he must.
He does stab you. You can, in theory, dodge.
Sure, I'll duck.
Not like there's anyone important or a commissar or anything on the other side of you.
Well, he's aiming for me. Worst, he'll get the headrest. I think we're gonna end up with a new truck after this anyway. All things considered.
Gonna use Xenos tech?
No, I meant we're just gonna probably steal one from the base nearby. So this is just dodge.
Yes. All right.
I'll spend my fate on that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, fate's decided.
Luckily, this is not an eviscerator, but it's also kind of mean.
Wait, couldn't I parry?
Oh, right, you actually have weapon skill. You could parry.
Yeah, hang on. Let me, because balanced affects that, because my weapon's balanced.
I assume it's common craftsmanship.
The power sword?
Yeah.
It's whatever I requisitioned.
Yeah, unless you specify it's common.
Okay. Where is balance?
Qualities. Balance. Some weapons, such as swords and knives, are designed so that grant a +10 to weapon skill test made to parry.
So that would still be 59 on the first one. Actually, 54, because my weapon skill is 44. So it wouldn't matter.
All right.
Any combination of results results in me getting hit by this guy.
This guy is charging you with his choppa. He does 11 pen 2 damage,
All right.
which could be worse.
Yep. So 5 armor, 2 tough. So I take 6 wounds because he ignores 2 armor.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. That is the truck orc's turn. I just take them out of my initiative. Arcan
Woo.
and Mu Theta, whichever direction you want to go with that.
Mew first.
Mu Theta, your bodyguard is being stabbed by an orc. What would you like to do?
Gilbert.
More or less. I continue to do what I do and shoot at the orcs until they're gone.
All right. This guy is engaged in melee with an ally, which I believe gives him -20. I will double check that though.
Okay, so do I need to hit 15 or 55? I just need to know what I'm trying to target.
So he is in point blank range, so you'll have a plus 30 from range, plus 30 from the commissar. Single fire, burst fire,
Burst fire.
burst fire. So you'll have a plus 60.
So I need to get below a 95. Correct?
Below a 75 for minus, I think. Let me just double check that. You can roll the D100 and we'll just. All right.
No
This
dice.
is it. That is unfortunate.
I helped a heavy gunner, and how many orcs are left?
Just this one dude.
Okay, I was trying to think. How many orcs have we killed?
A lot. There's always more.
Yeah. It was 25 orcs on foot, and then this truck of like 6. Most of them got splattered when the truck rolled.
All right, and then me, I'm just gonna point the very nasty machine gun at the last orc and just unload it into him at point blank range.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Does this go like above 100?
I think the total cap's at 130.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
And technically bonuses aren't supposed to go above 60, but if you can get bonuses above 60, they'll allow it. It's
Well,
funny.
actually, it's at exactly 60, so.
All right. I think that is a couple hits.
That is indeed a couple hits. 5, 4, 4. I think.
Yes. And that shreds the shit out of this last orc. And now, I believe, the only time-sensitive thing left is the Psyker being on fire and bleeding out.
Wait, why is that time sensitive?
You don't have long to laugh at him.
I can just record it. I can laugh at the playback forever.
Is anybody trying to help the Psyker?
Does this count as help?
That counts as a mercy.
Well, I'm
Give
not
him the
trained
Emperor's piece.
Yeah, I'm not trained as a medic, so. Oh, and he's dead anyway.
I don't think we have
Nobody
any
is.
medics in this party.
Yeah. His arm is only super fucked up. It's not off yet.
None of you can help put out a fire?
You're burning
Uh,
from the inside, friend. I don't know what the fuck to do.
Try water.
I'll attempt to use my poor weather gear to, beat him. Beat the fire out. Yes.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, part of it would be a like thick wool poncho or cloak. You could use it as a fire blanket. Make sure to punch the person through the fire blanket to make sure that the fire gets beaten out.
What would I roll for this?
Are you trying to independently put him out, or are you just trying to help him put himself out?
I don't know. Is he trying to put himself out?
I gotta make a willpower check to see if I can put myself. To see if I can
He's-
make a check to put myself out.
He spent his entirety of time being on fire, screaming and running at the orc truck.
Okay, so no. So this would just be me then, I suppose, at this time.
Yeah. Go ahead and make an agility test. You have a plus 30 from the commissar's inspiration. I believe you haven't had your wait.
No, I did have my turn.
You just had your turn. My brain is cooked.
Well, I can't.
The fire fire blanket will give you a plus 10 on make it 20. All right. So,
Hey,
uh,
I just have to not bleed out.
the garrison is way too far to be of any assistance, but they are wondering why you decided to light a campfire in the middle of a firefight. Valdric, you're no longer on fire, but you are bleeding out. Can you go ahead and give me a D100? I recommend you keep your roll below 90. All right. Oh,
Hey, he's back.
there he is.
Keep what?
I rubbed some dirt in it just to help.
All right. You have not bled out, but you're still bleeding out. So,
And this is
the mechanical difference.
survival, right? I'd like to make a survival check to try and survive.
I'll allow it because tourniqueting a limb is a survival skill.
Sorry, what?
I'll allow it. Tourniqueting a limb is survival skills.
What did you say?
I will allow it because tourniqueting a limb is a survival skill. And you're bleeding out from an arm injury, so you're not going to need like chest surgery or anything.
Can I have my guardsman assist me? Like, hold this here.
The dude is doing the work for you because you don't have an arm to do most of the tourniqueting with.
Oh, okay. Yay! I'm not dying.
All right.
I just wish I was dead.
All right. With that, you're out of initiative, and a Valkyrie, after a couple seconds, flies in and lands inside the compound. And you hear over the Vox that the resupply has landed. If you want to make your requisitions before you head in for the night, now is the time to do it. I was not expecting this to take all day today, but I also wasn't planning on starting an hour late.
I like requisitions.
2 requisitions. Then we'll also have one next week. You can make all 3 today if you want.
Can I make all 3 to next week?
Yeah, works for me.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I
I need to
think.
think.
I think
Yeah,
I had.
I kind of want to think about that.
If I recall, I think I had a plasma gun and the what is it? Fucking Armitage. I can hold it that I was trying to get.
The MIU weapon interface.
Yes, that.
So,
Yes.
we got 2 requisitions last week, right?
Yeah, so you'll have another one going into next week, so you can either do them now or you can do them next week.
Okay, so these requisitions are the 2 from last week?
No, he wasn't here
Uh,
for the very first requisition, so he has a 2 additional, remember?
Okay, so yeah, you'll have the 2 from the original one, another 2 from last week and this week, and another 1 for next week. You will have 5, everyone else will have 3.
Okay.
And we'll just handle that all here because it's simpler. Very nice.
Let's see.
Where is Regiment Logistics? Regiment Logistics under Armory. Score is 35. So we need this table. It is technically multiple regiments. They all come from the same fleet, but there are multiple regiments within the fleet. And force fields. You wanted a refractor field? Is the refractor field, which is the weakest and give a penalty to stealth test. Conversion fields are stronger but have a chance to flashbang. Displacer. Okay. Refractor field is very rare for multiple regiments. That would be a -20. Less than 3 months on the front is -10. Front active, 5+ years as a +30. War conditions, violent impasse is difficult for -10, so you're looking for a 25 or below. You can use the scavengers to give another +10, and then trouble if you roll on doubles. All right. That looks like a success.
I think mine are rare and very rare.
I'm gonna
That's
make
kind
it.
of what I was waiting on.
I'm gonna make it 600 because this combat went on a lot longer and got a lot more violent than I expected.
I'm okay with that. I like that number.
It's a nice big number.
That puts us at 2050.
You and I, yes.
Yeah, all the